Question?
So I wonder what the simplest shift that I can make in my conversations that would make me more memorable to women.
And what makes you feel like you're not memorable to women?
Um, that a lot of them seem to go past me, and um, maybe I feel like I'm not saying the right things to get on dates.
hmm When you say they pass you, what do you mean by that?
They kind of like maybe don't get back to me, or on dating apps, kind of the conversation just kind of fizzles.
Mm.
Um,
And so what makes you feel like that's a memorability thing? Is that a word?
uh, Maybe, yeah. I feel like if I just stood out a little bit more as being someone who's really interesting and that they would want to go to the next level with, or see again, or
hmm
maybe a little bit, if I had a little bit more intrigue about me or something like that.
Mm. Gotcha. So what makes you feel like you're currently not being intriguing enough?
I would like to go out on more dates.
hmm
I feel like I that's kind of necessary to um, finding someone you want to be with. If you're not going out on any dates, then you're never going to get to the next step with anyone.
So if you put yourself in the woman's perspective here, what is it about you that you feel like they are thinking is not intriguing enough?
Hmm, Maybe I'm not displaying the qualities that maybe I seem come across as too like I'm trying or something.
Like you're trying, like too hard?
Yeah.
Mm. Do you feel like you're trying too hard?
mm, no, not usually.
hmm So where is that assumption coming from?
It's just, it's always a shot in the dark of what do women think.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you feel like would make you more intriguing to yourself?
Hmm, maybe if I were
Like
talking more about.
let's say you met yourself
Mhm. Okay.
at a bar or at a coffee shop or whatever,
Uh-huh. Right, right.
and you're just like, "Oh, what's up?" How would you want that Carl to show up that would make him interesting for you?
Maybe talk more about the things we could do together, places we could go, or um,
You'd want him to talk more about that to you? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, maybe explain more possibilities.
Let's take a step back for a moment. Have you think of a person that you've met that was intriguing to you or
Hmm.
interesting?
Hmm.
Can you think of somebody?
Yes.
Okay, what is it about that person that made them interesting to you?
um, Quirky character, so maybe I just need to be more quirky.
How much of your quirk do
Be
you let
more of a
out?
character.
How much of your
uh,
quirk do you let out around women from between 0 to 10? What would you say?
mm, maybe maybe like a 6 or a 7. It's like you can't try to, because then you're trying to. So sometimes it can be hard to relax and let it happen.
Mm. Well, it sounds like even the trying might be one of the quirks,
Hmm. Right.
and you're trying to hide the trying.
Hmm.
So isn't that exactly what we're saying?
Yeah,
Hiding the
maybe.
quirks again?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think you're at a 6 or 7?
It's like think about it without thinking about it.
Mm. Well, give me an example of one thing that you feel, one quirk of yours that you feel that you hide.
Maybe if I'm feeling eager to get to the next step or the next page or whatever with someone, I don't want to come across that way.
What's at the center of that, of wanting to go to that next step?
Um, I guess just wanting to be back in a relationship again.
Mhm. So I'm hearing like a desire for connection, a longing.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm. So that's what you're hiding.
Um, Not necessarily hiding, maybe just trying to not overstate or I guess yeah, in
Holding
some
it back.
way altering. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because, yeah, I mean, think about the version of Carl that you meet at the coffee shop again. And what if he was like trying to hold back from you? He's like, oh man, Carl's gonna think I'm lame if I let him know that I think he's kind of cool and that I actually want to hang out with him again.
Right.
How do you think that you would feel if he was doing that and you could sense that he was doing
um I guess I'd kind of wonder like what's with this guy.
that? Yeah. What is he hiding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that can a lot of different interpretations that can be had from that. I think a common one
Mm,
is like, is this dude even into me?
mm,
Right? Does this guy even
yeah.
actually care to be here?
Hmm.
And so yeah, so coming back to the hiding, right? So let's say in some ways you're altering, that was the word you used. In some ways you're
Yeah.
altering the desire for connection to be seen, right? From being seen by
Hmm.
the woman. And you mentioned something else, which is something along the lines of the reason why, which you said because you don't want to be too much.
Yeah. Yeah, like you wouldn't meet somebody and say, "Hey, you're really hot. I really like you. We should hang out all the time." Like
Why not?
that would just be too much.
Says who?
Yeah, well, I think it would come across as maybe,
Have you
too
tried it
eager
before?
or something.
Have you ever tried it before?
No.
Have you ever seen anybody else try it before?
uh, no.
So how do you
No,
know
I
it
don't
wouldn't
think
work?
so.
How do you know it wouldn't
Fair
work?
question. Yeah.
What you're currently doing
Go
is not
try it and
working,
then get shot
right?
down. Yeah.
What you're
I
currently doing
guess.
is not working,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Remember that Seinfeld episode where George starts doing the opposite of what his instincts tell him to do, and he's suddenly, all of a sudden, winning at life.
Yeah. Boy, there's some great Seinfelds, huh?
Yeah, so what do you think would happen if you went up to a woman that you liked and you said that, "Hey, I think you're really hot and I'd like to get to know you."
um, I guess they'd smile and giggle and change the subject, maybe.
Maybe they'd slap you in the face.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd be turned on and be like, "Hell yeah, let's go."
Right.
Who knows? Who knows what to do? There's only
Yeah.
really one way to find out.
Yeah.
But what I noticed though is that as you were even just thinking about that, your face was lighting up, man. You know, you're smiling. There was just such a lightness to you.
Mm.
Saw you blushing a little bit too, and like, but what I saw really was like what I felt rather being in connection with you right now, being in this conversation with you right now, is I felt really close to you.
Mm.
I felt really connected to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm. Which tells me that if I didn't like that joke, if I didn't like that, I probably would
Mm.
be turned off in the same degree that I am, let's say, not turned on, but that I am in
Right, right.
connection with you right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, so far, the most memorable thing that's happened to me is that on this call.
Mm. Yeah.
And all that
So
took
they'll
was,
either like it or they'll run away.
yeah, right? And either way, you'll probably be remembered.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna tell, oh my God, this guy came up to me and just so there's your answer. That's how you be more memorable.
Okay.
Um, but the real question is, where did you learn or where did you get the idea that expressing that is too much?
Maybe like manners school.
Oh, manner school. You went there too? Yeah.
You don't want
Yeah.
to be like outright hitting on women, some vague like form of politeness or something like that, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, mm, what is it that you judge about that?
Maybe that it's a certain type of guys that do that or something.
What kind of guys?
Womanizers,
And what's wrong with womanizers?
they're they're players, the turn and burn type. Like
And what's wrong with playing and turning and burning?
that women don't want a guy who's going to cheat on them and hit on other women all the time
How do you know that?
from what women have told me.
Hmm. Which women?
Um, well, I guess not women I'm with now, so I shouldn't listen to that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting realization there. Yeah, sometimes it's interesting. I mean, and this isn't just women, right? But like sometimes we say things, but then behave a different way, right?
Hmm.
And so,
Hmm.
it's like in a lot of ways, it's being able to see people's actions, not their words. But, with that said, I'm not trying to make the claim that all women are into that and women want, for a lack of a better word, just a jerk or a player or womanizer. I'm not saying that every woman wants that, but there definitely seems to be a lot of women that do.
Yeah.
Why do you think that women are attracted to those guys?
Um, I guess it would be women who aren't interested in actual relationships and having a long-term relationship with just one person.
Mm. So you think on some level they actually don't want to be in a long-term relationship?
Some of them, yeah.
Hmm. But others, they might actually want a long-term relationship and still get screwed over.
Yeah. yeah, I guess it's like which kind am I attracting with my actions, you know?
Yeah. Mm. You specifically are saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what you're saying is that a part of you feels that some women might not actually want long-term relationships. And are those the kind of women that you want to be with?
Not when I'm dating in my 40s.
Okay, so then that subset of women, if they're with the player, then it's actually a good thing, right? Because that means they're not with you and you're not wasting time with them because that's not what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the other subset of women then, the ones that do want a long-term relationship and they're still attracted to these guys. Why do you think what do you think makes them attracted to the womanizers?
That's um the easiest thing and what they're familiar with, maybe.
Hmm. You sound unsure about that though.
Well, uh, I mean, you asked me to kind of guess what women think again, so
Hmm. Yeah.
we're back
Yeah.
to that. I don't know.
Well, you also it's funny because there's certain thing questions that I ask you about what women think that you don't know, and there's other ones that you take for truth without question, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
women
yeah,
don't want that kind of guy, right?
yeah. It's just depending on what I've been told, I guess.
Hmm. Who told you that? Can you think of
Um,
someone specific?
mm, Sometimes it's hard to remember who influenced you in the
Yeah,
past.
isn't that funny how beliefs
Yeah,
work that way? It's like, wait,
yeah, yeah.
where did this belief even come from?
Right,
I've been
right.
telling myself it came from from all these women, and now I can't even think of a single one of them.
Yeah.
It's
It was
interesting how
somebody
that
that was
works.
important to me at one time, but probably is not around anymore.
Yeah. Well, they're still around in the form of this belief, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You've been carrying them around a little
Right,
bit.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be a more empowering belief?
I guess that however I act is acceptable, and the ones that don't like it can go pound sand.
Yeah, I take offense to that, man. I used to work at the Earth ships pounding sand into tires.
Hit the bricks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how does it feel to believe that or to try that on? Just try it on like a little article of clothing, see how it fits.
Probably easier. There's less to worry about.
Well, not hypothetically, like right here, right
Mhm,
now in this moment.
mhm.
How does it feel as you think about that, as you feel that and try it on?
Yeah, less to worry about.
Hmm. And how does that manifest in your body?
Maybe lighter.
Hmm. You feel lighter?
Yeah.
Where do you feel lighter?
If I don't have to take caution, and then I don't have to be conscious of what I should or shouldn't be doing all the time, then it's a lot easier to not have to think about those things.
Yeah. And so what I'm hearing is that when you are conscious of that, your body tightens and constricts.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's the altering that you're talking about, right?
Hmm.
That's the hiding, that's the holding, the clamping down. It's like you're, oh, I can't let that be seen because of this one belief that I can't even remember where it comes from.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Even though it's
guess.
never
Yeah.
worked, even though it hasn't worked for decades, this is the belief that's true,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And so yeah, see, yeah, I see you coming out like it's beautiful when you laugh like this. Like I can see you I can feel you. Like I feel way more connected to you, you know?
Mhm. Right.
And you're being super vulnerable right now with what you're sharing,
Mm.
right? Because I could totally
Yeah.
judge you for all this.
Hmm.
In fact, I could be judging you in my head and you wouldn't even know it,
Yeah. True.
right?
Yeah.
And the truth is, like, you likely are going to be judged.
Hmm.
I mean, not likely, you definitely will be judged,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
period,
Yeah.
by somebody, by multiple people,
Sure.
right? And then if you go
Yeah.
on dates, women are going to judge you too.
Hmm.
But the thing is, they're going to judge your reservedness just as the same as they're going to judge your unreservedness. It's like
Hmm.
you're all that's already happening. You're already being judged either way. Some people are thinking like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Carl, he's just too quiet and too reserved and like, ugh, there's no
It's
personality.
true.
He does, you know." And
Yeah.
then so then
Yeah.
okay, well, like then you show some personality. Some people are going to be like, "Whoa, Carl, dude, that's too much, man. That's you know."
Yeah.
It's kind of like funny because it's kind of like temperature, right? It's like or like, actually, a better analogy would be like driving on the highway. It's like whoever passes you is crazy. Whoever slows you down
Yeah.
is like a
Yeah.
jerk, you know? It's
Yeah.
like there no one
Or
drives.
like with writing, you can't think about what your audience is going to perceive about what you're writing and what they're going to think of you for what you're writing because you're never going to get past the blank page. Like you can't think about how they're going to think about what your thoughts were because
Yeah,
you won't be able to come up with any thoughts then.
that's a great analogy. Yeah. There's the and to add to that, it doesn't mean that you can't still edit the writing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just
Yeah,
means
yeah,
there's a time for writing and there's a time for editing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
So how does that principle apply to your texting, to your dates, to your romantic life? Like how does that apply?
Just act however you want, and if something bad happens, you can apologize later.
Yeah, well, that's one way of that's one interpretation for sure. And it's similar in the sense that like, at the end of the day, we're all just calibrating, right? Like there's a time for connecting and there's a time for calibrating.
Mm.
And
Yeah, yeah.
you can show when you show up on a date, when you're texting or whenever you're trying to connect with somebody, it's like the priority is the connection and
Mm.
seeing if there even is a connection, right?
Mm. Mm.
Because if
Yeah.
you show up and you be yourself and it doesn't land, then okay, then there wasn't a connection, right? And that's
Mm.
when after the fact you can calibrate and you can think back, okay, where did I show up in a way that I was proud of,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Did I feel like I showed up in a way that I can live with myself? Because if you answer
Mm.
yes to that question and there was no connection, then then great. Actually, what a gift that there was no connection there. You won't waste time with somebody that isn't into you, right? That there was no compatibility.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Good
And
point.
so it's similar to this writing and editing, right? Because it's like the worst is when you try to write and edit at the same time, which
Yeah.
is how a lot of people write, right? And it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
one word, two words. Oh, that second word sucks. Delete, 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 right? And then, you
Yeah.
know, if
Totally.
people are even writing these days with AI, I mean, who knows? It's like you can kind of just,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what is this teaching you about yourself here?
Um, maybe more feeling, less filtering.
Maybe,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I had to pick a pick what it was teaching me, that might be one of the things.
but you said maybe.
Yeah.
So,
If I had to pick
is
one,
it teaching you or is it not teaching you?
it is. Yeah.
Then why'd you say maybe?
Um, because that's just picking one of the things. I
Mm.
mean,
Oh, okay. I see what you're
there's
saying.
probably more to it than that, but if I had to pick one of the things, then, I'd say probably that.
And what was it again?
Less more feeling and less filtering.
And what's the lesson in that, though?
that
As it, how does it
you're
apply to you?
that I'm better off to just take the risk and have the connection than to worry about anything that might or might not happen.
Mm, maybe you might be worse off.
Mhm.
You might try it and be worse off,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I can't guarantee you'll be better off. I can't guarantee
right,
you won't get slapped in the face.
right, right.
But
Yeah,
it's not about the guarantee. What is it about?
I think it's more about trying your knowing that you tried your best to be yourself.
Hmm. So the way that you've been showing up so far in your dates and for texting, are you proud of the way that you've shown up there?
I end up analyzing, after the fact, like what else could I have said? But I mean, I guess everybody does that.
So are you proud of the way that you show up in those dates and in those conversations or no?
Mm, yeah,
Is there
yeah.
anything you would change about it?
Maybe just trying to have less anxiety about it and less concern about what anybody's going to think.
Hmm. Yeah, because if there's nothing wrong with it, then why would you change it? If you were proud of yourself for the way you showed up, why would you change it?
Yeah, yeah, right.
So then the anxiety over stressing out about saying the right thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that's creating the anxiety is like thinking that you have to say the right thing.
Yeah.
And the right thing according to who? This invisible woman
Yeah.
or women?
Right.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. What's holding you back from doing that?
Nothing. I mean, I guess I could just go try it.
What's
Can't
held you
hurt, right?
back? Yeah, what's held you back from doing it? I mean, I know it's the belief that we identified, right?
Yeah.
But like what's the consequence?
Um, Maybe just being afraid that I wasn't showing enough of who I was to someone that the right person just decides, meh, walks away,
Hmm.
when like I could have said more or
Hmm.
to change that judgment.
Mm. So it sounds like that's the regret that you feel after the fact when you feel like you haven't shown up and you know that you haven't fully shown up. Then there's that regret. Am I
Yeah.
understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
All right. So then the question is what what is the consequence that you fear will happen by showing up fully and playing full out, letting yourself be seen?
Being rejected, I guess, by someone that I shouldn't be rejected by, that I would choose to be with.
So being rejected by somebody that you would not want to be rejected by.
Yeah.
The same way it's already happening now,
Yeah. Yeah. Theoretically. Yeah.
theoretically.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, is it or is it not happening?
Um, yeah, I guess I need to try try this some more and try what you're talking about some more and see what happens.
Mm. Well, I just mean like, has it been happening? Has it already been happening?
No,
You have not
no,
been being rejected?
no.
And what would you call like not getting the dates and not having women respond back to you? What do you call that?
Well, yeah, I guess on some level, yeah, that would be that would be rejection. Yeah, yeah,
So I guess what I'm saying is, are you experiencing rejection right now? Do you experience that as rejection?
yeah. Worrying about saying the right thing.
You worry about saying the right thing because you don't want to be rejected.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying that currently you're not getting the dates that you want,
Hmm.
correct?
Yeah.
And so do you consider that a form of rejection or no?
It's not outright rejection. It's more just like,
Passive rejection?
yeah, yeah, like
Okay. So now we're getting
omission.
to something interesting here. So it's feels more comfortable for you to be passively rejected than actively rejected.
Mm, it happens more. I don't know if I'd have choose one type of rejection that's my favorite.
Well, you are choosing.
Yeah.
You are
Right.
choosing.
Hmm.
Every time you hold back your quirks, every
Hmm.
time you feel your body constrict, every time you want to say the right thing, you're
Hmm.
making that choice,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? I would rather be
Hmm.
rejected passively than to be rejected actively. So you're erring on that side.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. Yeah. Some like caution or something, I guess.
Yeah. And so how's that working out for you?
I guess evidently not well.
So is that something you want to change?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I should.
Mm.
Why
Why
not?
should you? Yeah. I like the why. I like the why not more than the should, because you don't
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you make that now into a should, you're just doing the same thing. You're trying
Hmm.
to do the right thing again,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, the problem is not even like underreacting, overreacting. It's when you're operating from this place of trying to do the right thing
Hmm.
instead of prioritizing exactly what you're already feeling and experiencing and letting that be the right thing, whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing or whatever thing it is, anywhere it falls along the spectrum, but letting all of that be okay,
Yeah.
that's the difference,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you try to should yourself into doing what I'm saying, which is like expressing yourself, right? Then it's the same sneaky underlying thing, right? Of
Hmm.
seeking, trying to do the right thing,
Yeah.
of trying to be something or do something, right? So
Hmm.
it's a little bit of a paradox here.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
tricky. Yeah. So I just wanted to catch that and point it out because the second you hear the should, the second you hear the need to, the have tos, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Like you shouldn't, you don't need to, and you don't have to do any of what I just said at all. It's not coming from, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not like whipping you into doing it. And so, and in fact, it would be something that you would be doing to yourself, right? You'd be whipping yourself into doing it.
Hmm.
And how much fun do you think you can have doing that from a scale of 0 to 10?
Um, Probably not much.
Yeah.
Lower end.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So what would help you have like the most amount of fun? Like how would you need to show up to just have the most amount of fun on a date?
I think just say whatever I want or do whatever I want. See, now I'm dangerous.
What about that makes you dangerous?
Because you don't know what I'm gonna do.
I never know what you're gonna do. Never. Even when you're holding back, I still don't know what you're gonna do or say. You don't know what I'm gonna do or say
Fair.
right
Yeah.
now. I could just
Yeah.
go, you didn't know I was gonna do that.
Oh no.
I didn't know you were gonna scratch your head there. What makes see now we're going a layer deeper here, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
you're starting to try this on, right? This new belief, right? Like you're trying it on,
Hmm.
you're wearing
Hmm.
it. It was fun. We're playing around with it a little bit, but now it's getting real. And the reason I know it's getting real is because that came out. The part of you that is actually still very nervous about doing this, right?
Yeah.
So what about that does it feel like is dangerous? What is so dangerous about you?
Um, gonna get negative attention. It's like
Actively
the
negative.
little kid that wants to be popular, nobody's gonna like me.
Mm. No one's gonna like you if you show yourself. Is that what you're saying? If you
if you
play
if
full
you
out?
if I act up and act all crazy all the time, no one's gonna want to be around a crazy guy.
What kind of crazy things are you cooking up there, Carl? Let us know.
Okay.
What kind of things does your mind fear you will do?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, check in. Go
Yeah.
to that part of you, the one that's just said like, now I'm dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is like? Get in touch with that.
Get kicked out of the bar for jumping up on it or something,
Do you have a desire to jump on the bar?
No, not really. but
So
but
what
you
makes you
never know
feel?
if you have no inhibitions, right? You're not keeping yourself in check anymore. All of a sudden you get violent. People don't want to be around a violent guy.
So what I'm hearing is you have a self-trust problem. A part of you doesn't trust what you would do if without these artificial constructed and self-imposed inhibitions.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
That's how you keep yourself in check.
Hmm. Yeah, you don't want to just go push people around all the time.
You don't want to go around pushing people all the time, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
So say that
I
again,
mean,
but
you wouldn't
say that again, but
I I wouldn't want to go pushing people around all the time.
yeah,
I would get thrown out of the grocery store or whatever.
right. So what makes you
You
feel like
can't
you're
be
what
that guy.
makes you feel like you're going to go around pushing people?
um, Overstepping boundaries.
But what makes you feel like you are the kind of person that would go and push people? Like how is that a possibility in your mind or a probability?
I was just trying to think of examples. I mean, not. I guess not really like very realistic then.
Right. So then realistically, what's the worst
Hmm.
that you could do? What's the worst that that part of you that fears letting you be uninhibited? What is the worst that it fears that you will actually realistically potentially do?
Maybe offend people
How so? And by the way, I
by
can definitely tell you
manners.
you're definitely going to
Manners
offend
again,
people.
maybe.
You're
And
definitely
manners
going to
are a
offend.
big thing.
You're definitely going to offend people, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Period.
Right. Either way.
Period. I mean, you
Yeah.
probably offended somebody on this call already.
Oh no.
Somebody who's listening is probably just
Sorry.
already offended.
See, I shouldn't have said any of this.
Well, you would have said nothing, and somebody would have still offended somebody, man.
Right.
Somebody would have been like, "Man, this guy's too quiet, man. I don't like this.
Yeah.
This is
Why isn't he
stupid. Why
answering
am I
any
watching?
questions?
Yeah, why am I watching this? Wasting my time. This dude's wasting my time, right? You're gonna get judged one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So it fears if so the part fears that you're going to offend somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Social
And
norms and
why is that a bad thing?
um, worrying what others will think, kind of thing.
And what will they think?
That they don't want to be around me.
So it all ultimately comes back to you trying to preserve connection. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if you've
Mm,
let so here's the logic. If you let your full self out, you play full out, you could potentially say something that offends somebody,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
particularly a woman who you want to connect with, and
mm-hmm.
then she will think of you that what, you're weird, you're
Yeah, I
offensive,
guess. Yeah.
and then she will leave
Mm-hmm.
and you won't have connection.
Yeah.
That's the logic.
Yeah.
Oh. And your current reality is if I hold back, I can control the outcome better. I can mitigate the risk of offending, which
Mm-hmm.
then ensures to a greater probability that I keep connection with this woman.
Right.
And so how is that working out?
Not not well. It doesn't work well.
Yeah. And so right now we're playing this game like as if these are the only two options, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
completely anal retentive and constricted or like completely uninhibited as if you just pounded like 12 beers, right? And you're just like
Right.
madman doing your unconscious is just like whoosh, no filter, no firewall, right? But reality is like there's this whole spectrum in between there,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the point that what I want to point to is that you don't even know where the top of that range is because you've never let yourself be there. You never let yourself get there, right?
Yeah.
And so there could be a space here in the middle that feels good, allows for self expression, and also feels an integrity and is
Mm-hmm.
also like being considerate and kind without self censorship.
Yeah.
Right? Is that possible? Do you feel like that possibility exists?
Yeah, that would probably be a better place to be.
Hmm. And so the reason I would say to just experiment being uninhibited completely and playing full out is that likely what you think is full out is probably only like maybe 40% of you actually being full out. Right?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
if you've
I need
coming
to
if you're coming,
recalibrate my sensors or something.
yeah, yeah, overshoot it, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I say like the calibration step is important because then you calibrate, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the fact, you can think back and see like, okay, did I actually show up in the way that I wanted? Did I feel
Mm-hmm.
proud about the way that I showed up, right? And then also how did people respond to that? What was the
Yeah.
outcome?
Yeah.
So what's one thing that you can do right now to be more just like 10% more self-expressed in this moment? 10%
Maybe
less
be
inhibited.
more thinking about how I feel and telling people how I feel.
How do you feel?
Um, more accepted.
You feel accepted?
Yeah, I feel like I'd be more accepted if I let myself do that.
No, I'm saying right now in this moment, how do you
Hmm.
feel? Like, let's do it. How do you feel?
Good. Yeah, I think it's it. Um, again, like I said before, it makes things easier when you don't have to think.
Mhm. So are you feeling 10% more uninhibited right now?
Yeah.
Because you said letting people know how you feel.
Hmm.
So I'm asking you, how do you
Hmm.
feel
Hmm. I feel good about that. Yeah.
about what?
Um, about this conclusion.
Okay. But I'm not asking about
Hmm.
the conclusion. I'm just asking
Okay.
you, how do you feel?
Oh, um, fine. I feel comfortable.
Okay. You
Yeah.
you said that
I'm,
the
I'm, I'm
thing.
glad we're talking about these things.
Okay. There we
I think
go.
they're helpful. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. You're coming out a little bit more,
Hmm.
right? Because that's exactly the altering, the hiding, right? Is the fine, the good,
Hmm.
the but then you said comfortable, which is a little bit further in that direction. And then you said, I like that we're talking about, I like that. That's an opinion now. Like,
Hmm.
do you see the progression there?
Yeah.
And so let's keep practicing for a moment here
Okay.
without even saying anything.
Hmm.
Just drop in to your body and just connect with me. Allow yourself to be seen. And how are you feeling in your body? What's coming up in your body? But now you broke connection with me. So stay connected to me.
Okay. Maybe a little bit lighter.
Really? You don't seem a little bit lighter. You did when you were connecting with me, but then when I asked you the
Yeah.
question, your eyes started like darting back left and right. You started thinking about it, and then you said maybe a little bit lighter, as you literally create tension in your body,
Yeah.
right?
Well, then I started thinking about how I felt.
Right. So what about the thinking made you disconnect from your body?
Having to analyze it, I guess.
So then you started analyzing instead of being connected with me.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So let's try again. Get connected with me. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Now I can sense. Okay, you're kind of there. Yeah. I sensed for a second you were trying to connect with me instead of just allowing yourself to connect with me, right? So just relax your face a little bit, soften your face, soften your eyes, let yourself be seen. There we are. Yeah, that's the Carl. So from there, stay connected. How are you feeling?
I like listening to the birds chirping outside.
I can hear that too. That is really nice. I'm going to ask you again.
Hmm.
This time, notice when you start to shrug
Hmm.
and say it without shrugging. Or you don't have to say that. Say whatever arises, but stay present in your body. You don't have to do this, right? As if you're
Hmm.
trying to get it right, right?
Hmm.
It's like, I don't know. Is this the right answer? There is no right answer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're just connecting.
Yeah.
So, how are you feeling?
I feel comfortable sitting
You
here.
did the shrug again.
It was a
Did you
micro shrug.
did you notice it? Barely. You did the shrug again. Why are you shrugging? This isn't a
um,
test. This isn't an exam. There's no right
yeah.
answer. You could literally answer whatever. You could literally say spaghetti and that would be fine. So let's try again.
It's
Connect.
almost like untrained response is always like, gee, I don't know, something.
Yeah, you just did it even while you said that, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is how your nervous system expresses itself from that belief, right?
Hmm.
That you're that's the trying to get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're practicing right now. It's going to take some time, obviously, right? I don't expect it to go away completely right now. But
Hmm.
as you stay present here with me, we're connecting. Just drop into your heart. Let yourself be seen. Just- yeah. And just know that I accept you fully 100% as you are right here, right now. There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you have to say at no specific time. You could take as long as you want. You don't even have to respond. There's no rule that says you have to respond to me. You can literally do whatever you want and let me have my own judgments or non-judgments about it. How do you feel?
I always have some nervous energy.
Mm, that was a lot better. It was still a tiny little micro shrug, but it was a lot calmer. And I could feel the vulnerability behind it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so even in like in that moment, I always have some nervous energy. What I was hearing is I'm feeling a little nervous. Are you feeling a little nervous?
Mm, not really
Do the
nervous
shrug
about
again.
not. We'll see. Yeah, the shrug is like when I have to think about it.
Right. Don't think about it. Stay in your heart. Stay
Hmm.
in the body. How do you feel? Yeah, there you are. Wow. Carl, like a different person, man.
Yeah.
I felt the power. Did you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
What did you feel in your body? What sensations did you feel?
Calm.
Hmm. There was no shrugging. You didn't
Mm-hmm.
even say anything. I just felt you. I felt the calm. I felt the vulnerability, but I also felt the power inside you just from your eyes. Literally from nothing. You didn't even answer my question, but I felt what you were feeling.
Mm.
That's how powerful this is.
Yeah, I believe that.
You believe me?
No, I believe that there's power between people.
Hmm. Did you feel it within your own nervous system? You said you
Hmm.
felt calm. What else did how did that calmness manifest? Like how do you know that you were calm?
Maybe when anxiety drops, some of the nervousness goes away.
Hmm. And so where did you feel that calm in your body?
In my chest, I think,
And what did it feel like?
like a release.
Hmm. Let's drop into that one last time right here. Now that you know what it feels like, you have like an imprint, like a memory, an emotional memory of it. But the beautiful thing is you can actually conjure it. Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go. I can see it. Yeah, you're bringing it. I can feel it. This has been great, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Take that. Just take that, run with it. Go, go.
Right.
Take that, carry that with you for the rest of the day. Carry that into your
Yeah.
texts. Okay. Before you text, before you go on a date, drop into that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can drop into that anytime,
Hmm.
but like that is the memorableness. That is the power behind you. That is the real you. That's what I feel. And you know what? I don't feel offended. In fact, I feel more connected to you than the any point in this entire call was that moment when I can just in these moments as I'm feeling you're like kind of slipping in and out of it. I can feel it, right? It's just that like calmness, that presence, that power.
Yeah. Nice.
Beautiful, man. Well, thanks for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Definitely. Thanks, Danny.